Today we have a special short video commemorating, just like the rest of the world, 58th anniversary of the death of Martin Luther King Jr., which makes this year a much more special Black History Month. And before we start the video, I just want to remind you to comment, leave us a little comment, and also subscribe to it. If you subscribe to it, to our channel, just click the notification bell so that when instant videos will come to your portal. I just want to leave you with this quote by M.L. King: "The three evils of society, just war, racism, and poverty." And 50 years later, we still have to deal with this reality. This year's Black History Month was commemorated nationwide as if it was a national funeral for Black America, that is. It's been 50 years already since a single bullet struck down one of the most powerful speakers in American history, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. While we must acknowledge there have been some improvements in the lives of African Americans, we must admit the core of M.L. King's dream remains largely unrealized. 50 years later, blacks by proportion still lag their white counterpart in almost all aspects of society: education, economic prosperity, sociopolitical advances, and more. Institutional racism is undeniably the root cause of the ever-widening gap between blacks and whites. The war levied against blacks on the road to success is far stronger and steeper than the one built for white Americans. Today, if you're black in America, to make it to the mainstream is not just enough to be average. You must stand out in your field of study. You must be the one, the inevitable one, the one they can't do without. In the judicial system, there is no mercy for young men of color. Millions of them have been incarcerated, leaving children to be raised by single mothers or sometimes by a grandparent. Cornel West, one of the most influential African American scholars, says the race issue renders blacks' misery invisible, for it camouflages the true reality and provides cover for reactionary wealthy black Americans to play the victim card whenever they feel their dignity has been compromised. W.E.B. Du Bois, in his speech in 1960, explains the fight for the American Negro this way.
There are some subjects that cannot even be discussed. The essence of the democratic process is free discussion. There was a time when men were not allowed to talk about universal suffrage, or the education of women, or freedom for Negro slaves. Today,
this helps explain his opposition to Booker T. Washington, who had agreed to limit black intellectualism in exchange for relative tolerance, which, in essence, solidified the American Negro as a second-class citizen.